In the heart of Wall Street, a storm was brewing, unseen, unheard, until it was too late. A single email would set off a chain reaction that would cost the financial world $300 million. It all started with a seemingly innocent message. The sender claimed to be a trusted executive. The subject line, simple, unassuming, yet inside lay instructions that could transfer millions without anyone noticing. Mark, a mid-level analyst, received the email on a quiet Monday morning. He paused. Something felt off, but curiosity and pressure pushed him forward. He followed the instructions, each click unknowingly sealing the fate of the firm's fortune. By the time the finance team realized what had happened, the money was gone. The trail? Invisible. The perpetrators? Ghosts. And the victims? Thousands of employees, investors, and pensioners staring at empty accounts. For weeks, investigators scrambled. They traced servers, IPs, and email headers, but each lead led to a dead end. It was as if the scam was executed by someone who had already vanished into thin air. The Wall Street Journal later called it the email scam that no one saw coming. Analysts were stunned. How could a single, well-crafted email trigger a loss of $300 million? How could such a sophisticated scheme go unnoticed? In the era of high-tech finance, Mark, now under investigation, replayed every click in his mind. He wasn't malicious. He wasn't greedy. He was human. But human mistakes in finance could cost millions. And this was the harshest lesson he would ever learn. As the story unfolded, the world watched, horrified. Headlines screamed, investors panicked, and regulators promised change. But one thing was certain, the $300 million email scam had rewritten the rules of digital trust in finance forever. And behind every cybercrime, there is a lesson, a cautionary tale, a reminder that in the fast-paced world of money, one wrong move or one cleverly disguised email can change everything. The investigation intensified. Authorities pored over thousands of emails, server logs, and transaction records, but every clue led to questions, and every answer led to more mysteries. The scam wasn't just clever, it was invisible. Mark's firm had insurance, but even that couldn't cover the public outrage. Board meetings turned into battlegrounds. Lawyers debated liability. Executives demanded answers that no one could give. And outside, journalists were digging deeper, hungry for the next shocking headline. As digital forensics experts pieced together the puzzle, a chilling pattern emerged. The scam had been planned months in advance. Every email, every instruction, every transfer was designed to look legitimate. It wasn't a mistake, it was a blueprint for disaster. Meanwhile, Mark grappled with guilt. He kept replaying that Monday morning, every click echoing in his mind. He realized that in the modern world of finance, trust was fragile, and one human error or one manipulative email could shatter millions. Overseas, regulators began issuing warnings. Firms started tightening security protocols, implementing multi-factor authentication, and training employees to recognize subtle phishing attempts. But the lesson had already spread far and wide. No system is perfect, and greed and deception can exploit any weakness. Meanwhile, cybercriminals watched and adapted. The success of the $300 million scam became a case study for hackers around the globe. How could one email trigger such chaos? How could thousands of professionals be deceived so easily? The questions haunted the finance world long after the news faded from front pages. The human cost was devastating. Families invested in pension funds, employees counting on bonuses, and small investors lost faith in the system. The $300 million wasn't just numbers, it represented shattered trust and lives disrupted in ways that would never fully be repaired. And yet, in the shadows of Wall Street, lessons emerged. Companies revamped training, digital security became a top priority, and employees became more vigilant. What had begun as a story of greed and deception slowly turned into a story of resilience, caution, and hard-earned wisdom. As the dust settled, the true scale of the $300 million email scam became clear. Wall Street had been shaken, regulators humbled, and employees traumatized. But one question remained: who was behind it? Despite months of investigation, the perpetrators remained elusive. Digital trails ended in virtual dead ends. It was as if they had vanished before anyone even noticed they were there. Experts called it a phantom operation, an invisible crime in a hyper-connected world. Mark, now a cautionary tale, faced both relief and torment. Relief that the investigation revealed he was an unknowing participant, but torment over the consequences his clicks had caused. Millions of dollars, thousands of lives, and a global financial lesson, all traced back to one human moment of trust. The media followed the story relentlessly. Documentaries aired, podcasts dissected every detail, and analysts debated how human error and sophisticated cybercrime had collided in a perfect storm. It became a symbol of vulnerability in an era where technology promised security but delivered exposure. Lessons were learned, but scars remained. Firms upgraded security protocols. Email authentication systems became mandatory, and employee training programs were overhauled. Every financial institution knew that vigilance was no longer optional, it was survival. Over time, the $300 million email scam became more than a headline. It became a case study, teaching tool, and a warning. Universities and financial institutes analyzed it, showing students how easily systems could be manipulated and how critical human judgment was. In a world obsessed with speed, efficiency, and profit, the story reminded everyone that patience, caution, and verification are priceless. One wrong click or one cleverly disguised email could undo everything, regardless of skill or position. And yet, there was hope. The same technology that enabled the scam now helped prevent it. Artificial intelligence, advanced monitoring, and encrypted systems became shields against similar attacks. The lessons of $300 million paved the way for safer finance, smarter decisions, and stronger awareness. So, while the perpetrators might never be caught, the world had changed. Individuals, companies, and regulators were wiser, more prepared, and deeply aware that in finance, trust must always be verified,